Ladies, gentlemen, everyone in between, welcome to the second day of the W3Champions Season 12 Grand Final. Sunday, the day of the Lord, and therefore Remo is still at church, but we will be here. You know, a lot of sins have to be forgiven. It takes some time, but we're here for 4 awesome matches and the FFA part of this, and of course I could never, ever do this alone, but with my man from all the way to Canadiana land, Carson. How are you on this very fine morning?
Very good, very good. A little bit more tired than I was yesterday because it's 1 hour earlier, but I got my Back to Warcraft muddy mug, I got my coffee, and I'm ready to watch some humans. Something felt like it was missing yesterday, and I think it was Rifleman, Archmage, Mount King, Blood Mage, Paladin, and some Tears. Except for, I guess, when Soen beat Loliot, right, Neil?
Wow, you really want to rub it in, huh? You really want to rub it in? I welcome you so nicely saying, oh, I couldn't do this without him, greatest guy in the world, and then, yeah, that hurts. That hurts a lot, still hurts. Loliot eliminated yesterday. Wasn't also the greatest day for the Chinese players, as Sini was eliminated, as well as 15 Sway, because Labyrinth eliminated them both, representing the Undead Scourge. Soen, defeated Loliot, who before defeated Ice Orc, so 3 Chinese players already eliminated, 1 Korean player, and now it's time for the human. Chat was complaining yesterday, when are the humans playing, when are the humans playing? The answer is today. We got a packed bracket full of humans, Carson, especially the first one, Chaemiko versus HawK, the winner versus Sock, and the winner of that game advances to the round of 8.
Yeah, it should be definitely fun if you're into Human Mirror. It's always nice to get a little bit of variety, and, you know, HawK at least tends to give us a lot of variety. He does a lot of expansion plays for Chaemiko and Sock because they are the best, probably, currently human players. They tend to do the same things, and they do them pretty much consistently all the time. But for HawK, he changes it up sometimes, so maybe we could get some variety. Hopefully, for the sake of variety, HawK can make it through and then face Sock as well. And then the lower part, of course, we have more humans. Starbuck, I'd imagine, is going to play human. Depends, I suppose, what race he's up against, but he's been playing a lot of human recently. So yeah, there's a chance to see 5 human players and Foggy today.
Exactly, and we could get a perfect race distribution in these prelims. We got an Undead in Labyrinth, we got an Orc and Soen. We will get a human from the first bracket, and then if Foggy makes it through, it will also be a Night Elf. I was very pleased this morning, Carson, when I looked at the W3Champions crowdfunding.
Ooh.
Because people got really close to 1,800. Of course, the absolute king of crowdfunding currently is Kleine Schildpad. Not only here on Matcherino, but also gifting subs left, right, and center. $1,000 from him. Also 100 from Just Ross, Floxu, and also Kato. And that's not his whole name, is it? Dargok with the $50 yesterday, just before we went offline, same as John with the 25. And you guys are buying the profile pictures like crazy if you want to represent your race and the most legendary players of each race on the ladder. They're all available for $5 only until W3Champions Season 12 is over. So grab them while you're hot. All proceeds go directly into the prize pool. And it really bothers me that we don't have a 2 in front of that number. So guys, your task in chat today, crack the 2,000.
Absolutely. At least we made it through all the coupon codes. It took quite a while to do that, and at least we see Side getting the W3Champions Season 12 human banner because he is now a human player. So it's good to see that, and of course everyone else, very cool to see that. Yeah, it's nice all these old school players are represented. I don't know which one I'd even get because I like all these players so much. Even though I'm an Orc player, you know, Lynn, Grubby, Zakard, Fly. There's so many legendary players on these banners. It's pretty cool.
Why not get them all?
True.
Yeah.
Get all 4.
Exactly, like Hippo did. And 3 others. I think KMS 3D got all of them. And Disproved by Hell got also all of them. Shout out to you guys.
Collect them all.
Like good old Ash Ketchum.
Mm-hmm. Or Yu-Gi-Oh! I was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! On stream the other day.
Dude!
Exodia? Is that the card? That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
I'm balls deep in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rabbit hole.
Really?
I watched the first 2 seasons. I watch a lot of explanation videos on YouTube, man. I'm in the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, I watch a little bit of Moist Critical, I think is his name on Twitch, and he's a big Yu-Gi-Oh guy as well. So when I watch a stream, sometimes he covers some of the content. It's a crazy game. The anime itself I watched when I was a kid, and I was talking about it on a stream the other day. Seems like it was actually pretty good, but then the card game is just outrageous. So apparently it always ends in like 3 turns, and each turn takes like 25 minutes. It's just an outrageous game.
Yep. It's time for a duel. And of course, we're gonna activate trap cards left, right, and center here. Wait, I got a DM. Where is that from? I don't know.
Yeah, no, during this tournament, I'm always like going through 20 Discord channels. Like,
yeah.
Where's the game name? Where's the game name? Who messaged me? Yeah.
Shout out to Grinchy, who is our admin for the first couple of matches. He's doing this well. We're going through the map picks and bans, of course, here at W3Champions. We got all maps from the ladder pool, and that is a lot of matches and a lot of maps to pick and ban. Well, actually, just to ban, not too many to pick. Anyway,
well, same process, I suppose.
Yeah, kind of. And we do have our maps. It's Autumn Leaves, Northern Isles, and Tidehunters. Any indicator on these maps for you guys?
I'd say these are all kind of Expo maps in a way, actually. And harkening back to what I said earlier, HawK does tend to expand a lot in Human Mirror. Maybe Chaemiko could as well, but these are all pretty good expansion maps. I would say Northern Isles is maybe the hardest, not because it's difficult to expand, but because it's very easy to power creep level 3. Thinking of the Tuskar to green to lab creep route, immediate level 3 Archmage run across the map. That can make it a little bit tricky if your opponent is more aggressive, but for Autumn Leaves and Tidehunters, we could even see Expo on both sides.
Okay, then. Let's see if there's a better server for them, maybe? Shouldn't be, really. But maybe we can check just to be safe. As we're using the ping equalizer, we of course want to go for the lowest ping for all the players. On paper, we are on the lowest server, but HawK's ping seems to be a little higher than usual.
Yeah. A little bit. It's still definitely in the playable range for sure, but Human Mirror can be a tough matchup if you have anything other than the perfect ping. A lot of peasants. We're going to see. I mean, we need a peasant kill counter. Okay, chat, here's your challenge, guys. Although you might not be able to keep track because it's hard to catch every peasant that dies. I want a peasant kill counter in the chat as accurately as you guys can get it by the end of the day, okay? Someone will do it.
All right. Seems like HawK doesn't know this feature yet. It's just like we pinged the players 7 times about this rule change.
Yeah, maybe people don't see it because they don't always play custom games. But we will have both players around 100 MS, which is, again, pretty good considering the regions.
Yeah, especially like for Russia and Korea, it's always tricky where to play. Okay, players are ready. I guess we go. If Grinchy is here as well. This is the round of 16, everybody. The winner of this match faces HawK in the decider. It's a best of 3, so whoever wins 2 matches is in the next round, as we are getting closer and closer to the 1800. And with that, oh boy, there's the donation. Abra Kebaba. He left Twitter a couple of days ago, but he's still with us here on Twitch. Someone ordered a 2. Long time. Few C, less than 3. Thank you very much, Abra, and everybody who's ordering these profile pictures, of course. Let's go. I'm curious. Here we go, ready. I'm curious. I casted a couple of games by Chaemiko, and you said he's playing rather standard. I disagree. I saw a game of Chaemiko versus HawK, I believe, and he played Dark Ranger second, and it was horrible.
Yeah, that does seem horrible.
It was absolutely terrible. So please, Chaemiko, bring your A game. MMR-wise, these guys are pretty on par, around 2400. And we got our game running, everybody. Chaemiko versus HawK, game number 1 on day 2 of the W3Champions Finals Season 12. We gotta shorten that tournament name, by the way. It's so long. Let's go. Let's go, though. People accuse me, by the way, of rigging the grid so one human goes through 100%. I did not rig anything. I'm not Baron.
Yeah, why would we want any humans to go through? They're just going to lose to every other race in like 5 minutes.
See, I just
we want as much content as possible, guys.
Our goal for the W3Champions Finals is always to play, to create the most fair conditions for everyone. And of course, for the human players, the most fair is to play against other human players.
Exactly. They got at least one matchup. Unless you go Dark Ranger second, then I suppose it's not the most balanced matchup. But hey, if you're doing the normal strategy.
It's nice to see Chaemiko returning. Last time he unfortunately, the second last time, he had to drop out of the tournament due to work.
Right.
And rule is, if you're not telling us in time that you can't play, then you can't play the next season. So finally, Chaemiko, after 3 months of absence, is back at the W3Champions.
Yeah, and it's a little bit earlier for him today than it was for our Koreans yesterday, which is quite nice. If he has to play not 1 but 2 matches, it should be good. He won't be too tired by the end of it. And we'll see if it's going to be 1 base, if it's going to be fast expansion, and also if it's going to be a lab creep or an orange creep. It seems like both footmans for both players are going to be pulling those rock columns. This is pretty standard nowadays.
Yeah, this is the norm. Here on Titans especially, there's not much variety. It's an instant level 2. It's one of the best items in the game.
Yeah.
Or on this map, at least. Feels like the old Twisted creep, pretty much.
Yeah, and having that lab available very, very early is nice. The Zeppelins can always come into play in this matchup. Reveal can come into play when there's so many cloaks available in the middle of the map. And, of course, Shredder if we do have those expansions. So tons of things you can get. And also, big auras to be found here.
Oh, dude, HawK gets the Water Elemental killed, and Chaemiko has 2 of them. A little bit of a better start for the Korean, I'd say. Not item-wise, at least not yet. What HawK get? Okay, both not very satisfied with it. The one is a little more tanky, the other gets more armor, and with that is also a little tankier. Yeah, no aura, still fair.
Yeah, Boots of Quel'Thalas might even be better. I think if you asked Todd, he would say Boots of Quel'Thalas is the better of these 2 items, but they're both pretty awful. Maybe Mountain King later on, they'll both be, a little bit more tankiness, I suppose. Cloak could come into play for Chaemiko, and for HawK, he's looking for a mantle, of course, which he does get.
Yeah, HawK, of course, notoriously unlucky when it comes to item drops. We know his crystal balls would have been fitting to find Boots of Quel'Thalas here as well, but we got the first exchange. 2 water elementals out for Chaemiko. No sign of an expo yet. Chaemiko now wants to contest this and is also teching already. Will HawK follow, or does he pressure an expansion now? No, he's using too much militia, right? For that camp on the side. Both are doing the same, but oh my, these workers are also hurt.
Yeah, this is a dynamic which very often happens in Human Mirror. One player is slightly faster in their initial creep camps, which means they're able to make it across the map first. In Chaemiko's case, he's the one that's able to make it across the map first. And then the other player is forced to be defensive almost for the rest of the early game. So HawK with those low peasants that could come into play definitely later on, because they're both level 3 now, and we know what that means. You're just going to run into each other's bases over and over again a lot of the time.
I love this dynamic, especially here on Tidehunters. This oftentimes leads to high-level archmages, that leads to mass teleport, and that leads then to double teleport, and then we just jump around on the map. Shout out to Leon, who did that at the World Series qualifier, I believe. That was a fun game.
Yeah, that was an ambitious creep from Chaemiko. He went for the expansion, which he got a Gloves of Haste from, but he lost, I believe, 2 footmen in the process because they were slow, and now he's the one that's forced to come all the way back. Does HawK know there's an item there? He should, and it could be a claw. Circle it, he's going to grab it. Wise man, HawK.
Yeah, a little bit more mana, a little bit more HP, a little bit more damage, and also mana superiority. A little more conservative with his mana than Chaemiko is, who's just summoning Aquaman over and over and over. But that's of course a way to get back into this game after a non-perfect start.
Yeah, Chaemiko's going to be a little bit ahead in tech, but it's only about, I think, 10 seconds. So no harm, no foul there. Arcane Vault not forgotten about for HawK, and for Chaemiko the same, but it could be canceled actually because HawK continues to be aggressive with this really strong Archmage that has yet to do too many auto attacks. Yeah, Arcane Vault going to be canceled. Peasant not found. So yeah, he's going to try to hide that one, but potential for that to be canceled again. Of course, you need that for breakers, so very important.
That's the second item. Or, oh no, Chaemiko just destroyed it. But yeah, his Archmage is rather weak at this point. Didn't get the gloves, didn't get the circlet. That's annoying. So in the end, there will be more items, more gold, better heroes for HawK. And look at this. Sweet block. Just like that, another footman going down. HawK with the supply lead. HawK also with the better Archmage currently. He's back in the game.
Yeah, again, Chaemiko on the rough side of the slow from the expansion camp. That's going to be the third footman going down. HawK is close to losing one. The shop is found yet again,
wow,
which won't come into play for a little bit, but it will eventually be necessary. And of course, there's not a lot of room in the back of the base to build it, so you need to build it up front eventually. But Chaemiko might have to wait till that Mountain King's out to be able to do that.
And his Mountain King is a little behind the one of HawK, even though Chaemiko was the first to tech. HawK with a super quick blacksmith.
Yeah.
How's
Look
that?
at that. Very strange. Obviously, you're always looking to get 2/2 upgrades on your breakers in this sort of a matchup. It does seem to be pure breaker mirror. But you tend to do it after you go for a tier 2 expansion because, of course, once both players have about 2 to 3 priests and adept on the way, they're going to call militia and they're going to try to expand. This is pretty standard. So you want that extra lumber and you want that extra gold. You don't need that blacksmith. But maybe HawK is thinking about skipping that tier 2 expo.
That's unconventional, but okay, if you don't want to go into the late game with Chaemiko, I can definitely understand that. Mountain King is out, leads to yet another kill, and I thought Chaemiko would be the favorite player here, but it doesn't look like it. Now, Mountain King advantaged, equalized, Water Elemental down, Footman denied by HawK.
Wow.
Holy hell, he's playing a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, very nicely done so far, and this is all just pure micro too. Chaemiko tends to be on the upper hand when it comes to mechanics in any matchup against any player, but HawK today playing pretty clean, and he's going to follow it up with already +1 attack on the way, which not just helps the breakers, but the footmen soon enough. And now we just have to wait and see when and where these players call militia, if they expand.
This
for Chaemiko.
Exactly. Pretty much looks like a Chaemiko expansion here. Representing Raptor Gaming, of course. That's the red eye you see at the upper right. And this is big consumables here. Can always be great, especially if it's mana potions. HawK going for super quick upgrades with the advantage he acquired at the early stages. This will hurt the footmen a little bit, but priests are here to heal, and HawK is doing the same with militia, and now we're getting the 2-base.
Yeah, I suppose HawK can just afford the blacksmith and the upgrades. He was not the one losing footmen in the early game. He was not the one getting his shop canceled in the early game. Both have invested the same amount of gold into items in the way of boots of speed, so I guess he could just afford this. But nice little creep jack, nice timing here from Chaemiko. That's a huge priest kill.
Oh man, that's not the first, but the others are already pretty low. Level 4 acquired by HawK though, so Brilliance Aura 2 is working in his favor. Of course, also for Mountain King, massive dispel on both sides. Next Water Elemental down, no control magic, no breakers yet as you want to invest into the next base. But HawK also not going for the next Town Hall, but rather breakers to win this very fight here.
+1 on those footmen, don't underestimate it. They do a little bit more damage, and another priest is storm bolted down. Water elementals being dispelled. I feel like a dispel missed there actually on the side of Chaemiko, but the water elementals have not been stolen yet. We don't have control magic, but look to see that in the future. More priests going to be focused on, but the footmen not really doing too much damage in the back for Chaemiko. Maybe they can get one more priest, but that's about all they'll get. Mountain King got to be careful, but it has a potion of invulnerability.
Oh, with a couple more bashes, that would have been dangerous, but Next Water Elemental down. That's huge experience. 4.3 already. Chaemiko still waiting for the Brilliance Aura too. That's a massive advantage for HawK. And another kill. No attempt of a deny. But the expansion timing is a lot better for Chaemiko. His is running. HawK still building it. And HawK can take more control of the map with a little green camp here, getting that Mountain King up to 3.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage now for HawK, and Chaemiko getting control magic and blacksmith after the expansion as is standard, but it doesn't seem to be stronger currently as HawK presses forward. 3 breakers going to kill another priest. Chaemiko is a full level behind on the Mountain King and still lacking that aura. A couple more kills are needed for Chaemiko. This might just be HawK killing him. He might just win right here. 2 water elementals in the peasant line. On
the back of an expansion, that's pretty impressive. Thus far, this Mountain King super underwhelming. The Archmage super underwhelming. A couple of footmen dying here, but yeah, HawK has all the cards in his hands. He just has to play them right and not fall for a trap.
Push on vulnerability is going to be very, very useful because or else HawK would probably just kill the Mountain King of Chaemiko. Militia, of course, are excellent here. Normal damage against the breakers is going to be really, really useful, but the priests aren't as tanky as the breakers may be, and Chaemiko has to run away. He's just trying to buy time right now, as much time as he can to just try to equalize. But the Mountain King, 1 hit away. Push of vulnerability is going to save him for now, but he needs to heal up.
Yeah, how? The priests are all busy. They have to run. Now that come reinforcements. No additional Stormbolt ready yet. Archmage also got to be careful. HawK with the next bash on the next unit, and he's 15 supply ahead, Carson.
Insane. It seemed like Chaemiko was playing a little bit cleaner because he was always on the aggressive side. He had the stronger timing, and the Mountain King now going to die, but timings don't matter when you out-micro your opponent, and that's what HawK just did on Tidehunters.
Damn! Okay, call me surprised. Yeah. Where was this HawK in the past couple of weeks? All of a sudden, he's there, full force, and almost dominant on map 1.
Yeah, I wonder if this is maybe HawK's strongest matchup. Like, I feel intuitively like this has to be one of HawK's stronger matchups, but I don't actually know the stats on it. 70% versus Inhuman Mirror are his stats, but I don't know how he pairs up against the other races, but he seems to... he just, you can always tell when somebody's really good in a matchup when they still play it pretty standard, but they do a couple of things just slightly differently. The blacksmith timing, being a little bit more defensive at times, as opposed to Chaemiko just sort of going full forward all the time. There's a lot of nice slight adjustments that HawK made there that made the difference. And of course, the mechanics throughout were really, really strong.
Okay then, Chaemiko in his big return to W3Champions finals, already facing elimination once again. We are facing towards $2,000 of a prize pool because Jay Celerex and Martial Spirit and Vunter Slouch bought some new profile pictures. The humans are, by the way, leading big time when it comes to the sales. They might not win every tournament, but they are representing their race very, very good when it comes to spending their money on profile pictures, and we love that. We also love the people that support this channel. Thank you, Sir Samsa, Marius Tudor, Nielskin, Pentapishna for the 42-month resub. The answer to all questions is B2W Muddy. Oh, or the 42. But I go with Muddy. Kefcel, thank you for the 28-month resub. Tarmok with €2 donation. Toss a coin to your caster. Hope you're doing great today. Looking forward to the games. As always. Snack, Beisley, Greifpower, and Stars and Stripes. Thank you guys for the support.
Thank you, thank you. And we're getting ready to go into Northern Isles, which I did mention before. Possibility for fast expansion, but how HawK played before. Maybe he doesn't need to change anything up. Seems like just get very, very fast level 3. Go across the map, get boots, trade, get that tier 2 expo, and as long as you micro good, that seems to be all you need to do to beat Chaemiko. Simple, really.
Simple, yeah. Just micro better than Chaemiko.
Exactly.
You had a clown for breakfast this morning, or where's that coming from?
Well, I had don't know, bowl of cereal with 16 grams of protein.
Exactly. The Huel power.
Yes.
There we go.
Exactly.
So the creep routes on Tidehunters were pretty much set in stone. I wonder if this is gonna be the case here on Northern Isles as well. Can HawK eliminate Chaemiko with 2-0, or do we go full distance?
Oh, what a sad tournament it would be again for Chaemiko if this happens. It'd be 3 in a row that he don't want to say might as well not have played on this one, but would be 2 games in 3 tournaments.
Yeah, this it's just not his tournament, I feel, the W3Champions finals. He never really had a deep run, if I remember that correctly. We got some time to check out the Liquipedia page. So he wasn't there last time. Gotta scroll a lot. Season 10, yep, he was eliminated early. Then 5 to 6 in season 9, okay, but that was the beginning of the year. I barely even remember. 5 to 6 in season 8 as well. But yeah, I think the point still stands. It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the last time I remember him playing is the one that he beat Hitman in the first round, I think, was the last time I remember him in this tournament. Yeah, I'm sure we all remember that.
Ah, glorious. One of the best series I ever cast.
Really? Wow, and you've casted about thousands at this point, so that's impressive.
Someone was asking me this yesterday, like, Neo, how many games did you cast? I have no idea.
Yeah, because you could go on YouTube and count, but that'd probably barely be half, I would imagine.
Yeah, true. With all the cups, we upload only the last rounds. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I casted like 10,000 games.
Oh, definitely more than that, I would say even. Yeah.
Oh, true. Like we got 6,000 series up on YouTube, or even more, like 6,500, 7,000.
Jesus.
And you have to multiply because that's series and not maps. Okay, let's say 25,000. I casted 25,000 games.
Yeah, because I'd say I've at least casted like maybe 5,000 maps at this point, and it's it's only been a couple of years. So for you, I mean, we've been casted 15 years at this point.
Oh, true! I forgot all the radio casts.
Yeah, exactly. It's a ridiculous number, Neo. It's a ridiculous number.
Okay, let's say 100,000. I'm the caster of 100,000 games.
I mean, you might be able to get close on that number if you go back from the first tournament you remember ever casting and just count all the games. Although, yeah, maybe it's impossible to figure out.
Yeah, my first game I remember, it was ESL Pro Series Hassops versus Insolence.
All right. I don't know Insolence. I never heard of him before.
He was an org player for Raptor Gaming as well. Good lad.
Raptor Gaming has been around for that long.
Yeah. Wow. I think they were the first to kind of sponsor me.
Very cool.
They got me a mouse. It was nice.
And now they got Chaemiko. They've been upgrading over the years.
And okay, you say that. Okay, they also got Foggy. That's kind of nice.
True.
Thank you, Dethariel. Thank you. Finally catching you guys live. Good job. Thank you for the 500 bits. And yeah, before this little intermission, I raised the question, do we have a set in stone creep route here as well? And the answer is, of course, yes, as it is the Ogre Magi for the consumable. And I guess HawK has the better one with the Scroll of the Beast.
Yeah, hard to say. It really does depend on how the early game goes. If you both end up in each other's bases, just killing peasants, of course the Scroll of the Beast is going to be game-winning, just like Lightning Shield has been in the past in that situation. If you're just exchanging in the middle with boots of speed and fighting each other, then the Greater Heal is going to get a lot more value. Also, if you're expanding, probably the Greater Heal is going to get a lot more value. But yeah, the creep routes are going to be the same. Chaemiko going to be, again, a couple seconds ahead, but HawK, the reason he's a couple seconds behind is because he's not doing the same creep route.
Ooh, interesting. I was thinking, is he going for an expansion here, HawK? But no, it's just Militia at the green. What Chaemiko is doing here, I called it the HawK creep route once because he was the first player I saw this doing. This early lab camp with Militia that is level 3, boom, right on the dot. And it's also the HawK item drop.
Exactly. This was first done, I believe, to counter undead expansions, Cryptlord and stuff like that, to get that level 3 as early as possible. I think it's the first time I saw it. And both players going to get level 3, though, regardless of their creep route. And Chaemiko does not have the luxury of that lightning shield or that scroll to beast. So if HawK finds himself in the peasant line, he's going to get a ton of kills, which is why Chaemiko has to be defensive.
That's the purpose, right? He's just completely ignoring Chaemiko in the middle. He just wants to go for the peasants, oftentimes on the receiving end of such pushes. But with Chaemiko around and seeing that so early, I don't know if it's too that great. There is a... Okay, there we go. There we go. Wait. Oh. Miss Micro? Yep, for sure. Didn't put him out of the group.
Yeah, I think what he did there is accidentally actually attack move, which they were still in peasant form. They weren't militia yet, so it just wants to attack the hero because the peasant's quite defenseless. Footman going to go down. And HawK, that was not that good. Didn't work out that well, at least, let's say.
Yeah, there was potential for more.
Yes, yeah, we could say that.
Or we spin it a little bit and said, masterful defense by Chaemiko.
Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful. That's a world championship level defense there from Chaemiko.
Now we're selling the Scroll of the Beast as Dispel is coming closer. HawK, that's the second footman he's losing, right?
Yeah.
One in the base, one in the open. Yikes.
Yeah, and that was Chaemiko last game, if we remember, at the expansion. The 2 footmen dying because one to the slow, one took a lot of damage, so... Now HawK is on the receiving end of that, and he's not the one with the greater heal, and he's also the one with the lower Archmage currently. So if Chaemiko can find something like a shop cancel, again, what HawK did last game to him, could be a huge advantage for Chaemiko.
In HawK's favor is the mana pool, so more water elementals to work with, but as long as you have like at least one water elemental in the pool, should be fine.
Well done, well done. And HawK just trading there. Maybe he didn't. He had to have checked the items, but he traded down to very, very low HP. Chaemiko would have been happy to trade all the health there and then just pop that greater heal. Force the TP, but for now, those players just going to run around a little bit. A couple of water elemental surrounds, and Chaemiko's super close to level 4 already, if he gets that kill at least.
Opens up that surround. Little odd. And HawK also had the supply advantage for a little while. Okay, because of the Mountain King. There we go. So Chaemiko again faster. Oh no, for the first time faster with the MK. And so far the faster Mountain King has won every single game this day.
True, and we can definitely track those sort of stats today because we're going to have a lot, possibly, of these sort of games. Shop not canceled on either side, so HawK is going to have that luxury of healing up, and then once priests are out at Archmage, we'll have no issues getting back up to full HP. Another surround on the water elemental, and a 3.7 now Archmage. Mountain King 10 seconds off. Chaemiko's got to be careful, but he has that greater heal.
Oh, damn. We got a $20 donation by Dethariel. Dude, you should tune in more often if you are spending so much on us. Thank you, mate. Don't be surprised we have a 90-second delay here, so everything we see is arriving a little faster. At the audience, that could have been a surround as well, but you know, Forest is sometimes a little odd. And now, dust settles a bit. Chaemiko still holding on to his greater heal potion. Scanning of what HawK is doing. So he's starting that spot. I'm safe. Let's retreat, heal, or wait for the Mountain King and push again.
Yeah, kind of a sick play from Chaemiko. So he goes aggressive, which forces HawK to use a scroll just to heal up his Archmage when he would have otherwise liked to just use Priest to heal. And he kills the shop, which forces HawK to rebuild it. And now HawK doesn't have gold for an expansion, and he's also losing, the first Priest. This is a really nice creep jack from Chaemiko, who seems to not want to expand himself yet.
Oh, damn. Militia is called Stormbolt, but the duration shouldn't be enough. Nope, there's the potion. Not taking any bigger risks here. Militia was intercepted, right? He's not using it currently.
Oh, Priest gonna die to the solo water elemental. A little bit sloppy, but HawK is surrounded at the same time. He has bigger worries, and that is dead. That is level 4, and this is kind of how we expected game 1 to go, but it might be game 2 now, going 1-1.
What the hell? How, did Chaemiko just wake up?
Yeah,
this is the total opposite of game 1.
And now we can just fall back and expand, or maybe, you know, if he's a man of the people, he could go tier 3. I know we're going to be waiting for that all day. But no, it seems like Breakers and HawK is just going to wait for the Mountain King. Only level 1. And he only lost, I believe, 1 priest as well. No, 2 priests. So he still has opportunity to come back, but the level 3 Mountain King is going to probably be for Chaemiko first.
Oh yeah, he sends the Archmage back. He got that level 2 aura to present the Priest and Mountain King with more mana. It could very well be an expansion now. He won the first encounter. His game plan is paying off beautifully. Second Crystal Ball, by the way.
I love it. HawK's gonna get a third now, too. There's gonna be another one right here, right in the lab. No.
Chaemiko is out hawking HawK.
Yeah. I think he just revealed the same spot twice in a row just to say, hey, look what I got, man. It's not just you.
It's all the humans. We know it. We know it.
Loot or Robe of the Magi, maybe even arguably better here. Boost Cliff Loss, not arguably better than anything. Not the greatest items for Chaemiko in general so far, but the experience is what counts, of course. The level 2 Aura on the Archmage and the level 2 Stormbolt is what you want more than anything. And the expansion is going to be coming up. HawK seems to just be creeping. He's going to call Militia, I think, and send them to that top left. But that is a very aggressive expansion location.
Not too sure if he can even afford it. We're closing in on 50. Okay, you're right. He's calling the boys. That's, of course, one of the biggest items on the entire map. But Chaemiko, huh? Could have creepjacked here with the Magnetor and the Furbolg still alive. But with that, that's should be level 3 on the Mountain King. Yep, Archmage away. Chaemiko checks it now. Still risky.
Last hit! Almost. If he was there about a second earlier, he actually gets it just because the HP the Magnetar ended up at. But Helm of Valor going to go towards HawK's Mountain King. And HawK is in fighting shape. He was behind before, but he hasn't invested in the expansion yet. Chaemiko has. And he's got better items now.
How's the mana? Almost full mana on the Mountain Kings. Archmage half a level ahead, but it's not the end of the world. Items not really present on either side. Oh, Chaemiko got a heal scroll and an invo potion. Never mind. And with that, HawK can probably hold this.
All right, we got a game on our hands now. Town Hall coming up for HawK. 50 versus 50. Upgrades in HawK's favor yet again. 1-0. He got that blacksmith earlier, so should probably press that advantage and go for 1 armor as well ASAP because Chaemiko's blacksmith not even finished yet. Control magic does finish though. And just cloak. Chaemiko holds a forward position and he's just gonna break upkeep right away. I think that's a good choice.
Yeah. Super low lumber though, so I don't think he can catch up in upgrades that early. HawK still fortifying the upper left. That was a risk he had to take. And it works out. Footman down, nice entry kill, but also Stormbolt used, and now we got the Breaker Wall. Whoa, massive Dispel against HawK's Water Elementals. That hurt.
Yeah, I think HawK actually went with that Footman first just to bait the first Stormbolt, because of course in these fights you just want to focus on the Mountain Kings. You Stormbolt and Breaker focus until they're out of mana. So I think HawK purposely lost that Footman at the start of the fight just so he could have the Mountain King HP advantage, which he does now have. Chaemiko can't really fight with that Mountain King because it's just always low.
He has an invo potion and no shop here. Still gotta be careful. Priests have to take care. While we fight, there's 2 footmen in the economy of HawK's expansion. And the experience is definitely going in favor of Chaemiko because there was 2 massive double dispels against Water Elementals of HawK. But now, Lightning Shield harass. But at some point, HawK has to take care of these 2 footmen.
Yeah, they're also going to kill every single peasant, and Chaemiko's doing a great job of taking care of his peasants right now. Ping-ponging back and forth because a lot of water elementals stolen today. Militia being called. Chaemiko has that advantage. And yeah, steals the water elemental. Doesn't lose any peasants himself, but I imagine if we look over at HawK's expansion, he's probably lost, what, 4? Okay, no, he called Militia himself. Nice response there. Only lost, I think, 1 peasant.
Oh, damn. Yeah, is there no corpse? Not really.
Yeah, he could maybe... It's a big investment, but he could grab a Shredder and just leave it there. That'd be a perfect defense, and also then he'd never have to rebuild these peasants at all.
We get the defense upgrade as you suggested. Chaemiko's still super lumber starved. Chaemiko, Leon has a tutorial on how to perfect your economy. Maybe you should watch that. Interesting situation now at that needle hole.
Yeah, choke point is huge to focus down these Mountain Kings. This is 71 versus 58, but I think, 9 of that supply isn't here for Chaemiko currently. whereas HawK has most of his supply fighting. No mana on Chaemiko's Mountain King, or else he could have forced that push of vulnerability on the side of HawK, who has 3 Stormbolts currently. Maybe he wants to just focus down those priests, because Chaemiko's Mountain King is looking super duper healthy.
Everything but supply speaks in favor of HawK. He got more mana on the MK, got better upgrades, and he's closing in on that supply lead. But okay, now we're out in the open. Can Chaemiko find a better concave?
This is 1-1 versus 1-0 in HawK's favor currently, but the supply is still in Chaemiko's favor. One breaker being bashed, but it's hard to clean that one up. Another breaker could be killed in the front, but Stormbolt aggressively yet again. Chaemiko never has any mana. He might have to cloak in the back and heal up. But seems like HawK is always the one favored in these fights despite the supply.
He used his heal scroll already. Chaemiko's still holding on to that. I think he has to retreat because Mountain King has no mana anymore. 14 supply lead.
Oh, nice bash. Nice
yes, exactly. And the upgrades, like Chaemiko is closing in on these upgrades. He's in high upkeep, Carson. In Human Mirror.
Super early. 15-minute high upkeep mass breakers right now. And HawK has his back to the shop. Got a heal scroll himself. Still has a one lightning shield. Could use it on those militia right there. And Mountain King very far forward for Chaemiko, but no Stormbolt currently for HawK. And the fight's getting very, very messy, but the militia's going to be a huge advantage. All the priests out of position for a second there.
Ooh, okay, HawK was able to take a heal scroll. Will that save him? 10 supply lead, still level 5 Archmage, which is level 3 Aura, and the second heal scroll. Oh, bash again, but can't really follow this up. It feels like Chaemiko's breakers are everywhere now, getting huge right clicks onto his opponent, and these 2 heal scrolls, and 3 invul potions. Where is he getting all this gold from?
That's a nice thing to steal, but they haven't had to use any yet, actually. Mountain King very far forward. There's a Stormbolt. He's going to have to dodge it. He has to dodge it. He doesn't dodge it. Chaemiko, you have 3 of those for no reason. He's going to have to tap and revive that, but the lumber is still an issue.
Oh, exactly. He's starting the Alta revive. Not too sure if that's the right call. And yeah, without a Mountain King, you can't fight.
Oh, no. He had to dodge that Stormbolt. He should have been aware. But he doesn't do it, and now, I mean, you can't really fight without a Mountain King. Well, maybe you can fight without a Mountain King. I mean, Breaker's pretty good, but the bash is just such a huge advantage, and that tank in the front is also great. Chaemiko trying to hold the choke point with the peasants and the breakers, but the supply gap is going to be closing.
Oh man, Chaemiko still has 1,000 gold, not spending it. Kinda weird, but HawK is blocking himself. Mountain King, no mana. Archmage still not 5. This, of course, solo experience on Chaemiko's side, but he just can't get kills.
What do you do with all that gold? I mean, heal scrolls ideally, but other than that, do you go high upkeep again? Like, if he needs farms, you can't. I mean, he would love to spend it on that Mountain King coming back, but maybe tier 3 at this stage. Again, if only he had the lumber. Has he gotten any? He hasn't even gotten the lumber upgrades despite having the lumber mill. He should have really got that earlier.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. Dude, what a weird mirror. Chaemiko's still facing elimination. HawK was behind from pretty much the very, very beginning, but 1 hero kill and great execution. Also that risky expo upper left might be able to turn this game around. Chaemiko again in high upkeep. HawK unable to break through that needle hole just yet. Breakers are holding that door, but for how long? Mountain King back in 10.
Chaemiko, please send those peasants back. They're not doing much for you right now, and you're gonna need lumber. 14 lumber. Yeah, Mountain King, 3, 2, 1 is now back, and Chaemiko is backing away to meet up with him. He has a heal scroll as well.
Yeah.
There's a potion of vulnerability still. And HawK might have to fall back after seeing this Mountain King because he doesn't have a heal scroll himself, and he's got a couple of low breakers. But this fight's been going on, what, 3 minutes? 4 minutes?
Yeah, they're fighting forever, and the breaker line still established. HawK has been able to catch up in Archmage levels and also, of course, surpass Chaemiko in Mountain King levels. So level 3 Stormbolt is right around the corner. Water Elemental Ping Pong continues. And yeah, it's just HawK's game from here on, isn't it? Chaemiko, Mountain King, once again in the middle of everything. Almost blocking himself. This time he has to use his invul and the heal scroll. But okay, gets him back to safety.
Very, very messy fight now. Those peasants still fighting in the back. Water Elementals being focused down. That aura going to help get another Stormbolt in no time for HawK. And HawK is approaching level 3 Stormbolt, which means you get I don't think anymore you can one-shot Priest, but I think it's one attack and one Stormbolt and you one. No, you still one-shot them with level 3 Stormbolt. Yeah, that's no problem. So yeah, that's a huge advantage, of course, if you can get that before your opponent.
You know what's another huge advantage? Tier 3 over Tier 2.
Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that he's going to... Yeah, I mean, HawK is... HawK's getting further ahead. He's getting further and further ahead, and Chaemiko is going to need to do something with the supply advantage.
He needs a little miracle. He's like... He's down in economy, he's down in experience, he's down in tech soon, and HawK's just choking him out.
Yeah, one night is going to be such a big deal. A Paladin is going to be all right, but I think a couple of nights could definitely seal the deal. And Master on the Priests is going to give them some more HP, more mana, which is great. And the Peasants' Lightning Shield finally used yet again. Couple Peasants gonna go down. So many breakers still though.
Can they even connect? No, he got the replacement. There, a couple of them are benched. Lots of priests, of course, as well, but they are safe. Oh man, almost 100 supply by Chaemiko, but it looks like HawK has more. Like, where's Chaemiko's army?
Yeah, a couple of priests are falling on the side of HawK. But that's about all that's falling. That sheep should definitely be killed. It's not helping anyone right now. It's just blocking the breakers. Dude, this sheep has seen things. Dark things.
Nice lightning shield by HawK once again. Onto the peasants as the breaker war continues. No heal scroll anymore for Chaemiko, who's at 100 now. HawK is also in high upkeep. This is probably the most gold spent in upkeep in any human mirror ever. Next heal scroll on HawK. Archmage getting focused. But oh, these 5 breakers got a nice angle of attack. And Chaemiko is losing more and more.
He's at 97 supply though. I'm wondering if the tier 3 might have been a mistake. I mean, HawK is still winning these fights. He's still got the 2/2 breakers, which is a 1 upgrade advantage. He's gonna have the Paladin soon, but HawK could have just gone 100 supply himself. Might be forced finally into that potion of invulnerability. Nope, counter Stormbolt. By the way, neither player has used a potion of invulnerability this game yet, despite there being, what, 4 or 5 purchase.
5-4. New breakers, and HawK has to TP home as he sees the militia arriving. With that, he gives up shop control. I wonder if more heal scrolls are available. And now he's in a world of trouble because Chaemiko can just attack the base upper left. HawK needs to respond to this, otherwise he's out of gold soon.
And HawK is timid to go high upkeep, and he must know Chaemiko isn't. But he's been canceling units to get knights when he should just be spamming units, knowing how far ahead he has been this game. But now the tower is going to go down, and then of course that means water elementals and breakers can kill all those peasants. And all Chaemiko has to do is kill these peasants, and then he can disengage and just fight again. And he's going to pull further and further ahead. But of course he's losing a ton of gold himself right now.
And there's a Paladin now. Are these knights even ready yet? I don't see them on the battlefield. They're trickling in, but only on 1 Rex, of course. And now, level 5 MK. Will that change something? Boom, insta-gip. Pally! Oh no! No impact in this fight!
Not too valuable, unfortunately. Maybe if Chaemiko's Mountain King was level 5, then he could Holy Light after the Stormbolt, and that would get him a ton of value. But for now, the Paladin is just free experience, getting that Mountain King of Chaemiko closer and closer to level 5. 96 against 76, currently in the Mountain King. No, please use the potion. Okay, finally uses the potion. Needs to find his way to a priest, but these yellow breakers are dwindling in numbers, Neil.
Yeah, how is that possible? Mountain King level 5 for Chaemiko now. He's catching up big time. New knights, okay, but if only he had a Paladin now to heal that poor MK again. Hammer to the head, level 6. Wow. And that's got to be game. It's got to be the equalizer. And people say breaker wars are boring. Screw you guys. Human mirror.
The fight's been going on for 10 minutes, guys. How can he not like this?
Oh, double level 6 now. Mastelli. But that means that expansion has to be abandoned. It's a huge supply lead for Chaemiko. It's a huge lead in value. And of course, map control with that as well. The main bases are dry, and HawK is without income now.
Yeah, I guess, like, the tier 3, I think we both thought was a great choice. Like, okay, he's really far ahead. He's got the Mountain King kill. He's winning all the fights. Why not go tier 3? But he just doesn't really get anything out of it. The one knight comes out, just gets Stormbolted and killed immediately. The Paladin comes out, Stormbolted and killed immediately. honestly, you kind of just need to build breakers. I mean, you're seeing now why this is the standard build order in Human Mirror. You just need to build breakers.
Okay, let's see if HawK has a last defense in him. With all the militia, he's calling to arms. The last stand. He's throwing the kitchen sink at Chaemiko. But I doubt...
Yeah, this is bad for Chaemiko. This is really bad. How many priests is this guy about to lose? He's going to lose, what, okay, 2 priests, all the units out of position, but he TPs. Yeah, that was not great from Chaemiko fighting against all the militia. He could just chill.
2,600 gold remaining. Is there a heal scroll? Apparently not. Did he use it already? I'm not sure. But if he positions himself here between the forest and the tavern, he has shop control. There is a heal scroll available. He doesn't have the gold, though.
I guess, yeah, Chaemiko, okay, he's got 2,400 gold in his gold mine, but he's only going to mine, what, like 1,000 of that in total, and it's going to take ages to mine out 4 minutes for 1,000 gold. So really, Chaemiko's nearly got no economy as well, to be honest.
Okay, this is weird. HawK has no gold anymore. He has items he can sell, but I guess
Three
he's just...
knights, though, Neil. 3 knights and a staff of preservation.
Yeah.
The Mountain King's going to be back in 10 seconds. I mean, 3 knights is pretty strong. There's no Sorks. Of course, if Sorks were here, there's tons of breakers still, but there's no good counter to the knights.
Okay, MK is back. Tri-hero combo is up again. Both have mass teleport and can react to each other. Another heal scroll for Chaemiko. It's available, but he has no gold. Maybe sell an 4 invul. Ah, wait. He bought an invul and then he sold an invul to prevent HawK from getting one, I guess.
HawK does have just enough gold for it, I suppose. Chaemiko, I mean, how does he know? How does he know HawK has that much gold and is waiting to get the invul?
Maybe
so he invests the little gold he has.
Maybe he misclicked and wanted to get a heal scroll and accidentally bought an invul potion and then sold it.
Possibly. That is, I like to give credit instead of, you know.
Oh, Mastelli, off we go.
Oh, yeah, with the militia, that's so sick because now he has full militia duration for this fight.
It's an odd position behind the town hall.
He can keep doing this with the militia, too. It's so sick. He might be able to win this fight. If he kills the town hall, mass TP's out.
No way.
It's possible. Blizzard.
Of course. Water elementals don't do much anymore. This is almost uninterruptible. Town hall falls. Nobody is mining anymore.
TP out. Is there a Stormbolt off cooldown? There is not. Okay, and the militia come in for Chaemiko. 61 against 92. So Blizzard gonna counter the knights. Did any knights fall, by the way? Yes, 1 knight fell. Oh no, 3 are still up. Okay, so the important units are alive. But this is still a 31 supply advantage. Although I do believe Chaemiko is gonna have a bunch more peasants. Probably even 8 more peasants or so.
Little disclaimer, everybody. I can't prevent the next round of ads. I snoozed them 4 times already. That's the max. I did not expect this game to be 27 minutes and counting. So yeah, get your subs in while you can.
Okay, HawK is getting inner fire now. And he can sell all of his items. Honestly, you know, another night or 2, because there is a red camp still available, and he can sell some items. Like, if he gets up to 5 nights... he's going to destroy this breaker wall, but he needs a lot of time. Luckily, he has mass teleport, but he's got to play pretty much perfectly. One small mistake, you get storm bolted on the mass TP, and you lose the game right here.
Ooh, forgot a handful of units. He wants this red spot bad. Aura would be amazing, but he has to get out. Pelly! Did he get the item? Boss, battle drums. Okay.
Wow. So precise there from HawK as well. He literally he had time for 1 right click.
Yeah. Oh boy, Chaemiko is checking if there's another expansion. There isn't. Nobody has gold for any mining. This item was, of course, big. We got some long distance mining going on.
All right, so Chaemiko, probably the best play for him now that there is no creeps left on the map is just to go force a fight with Blizzard because he would win the base race. That's probably his best bet because he's, of course, looking for a fight. He's running around looking for HawK right now, knowing he could win the fight. So he should just go and force it.
Also with the Wand of the Wind, can of course be dispelled. Oh, that's a priest for free at that stage of the game. Oh my god, how many breakers is that?
There's 1 priest left, by the way, and Inner Fire just finished. So I guess he could try to Inner Fire every night there's 2 knights stuck in the back of the base.
Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Okay, Mastelli home. Did some damage. 18 breakers for Chaemiko.
And all the knights are stuck.
No,
we
not
need
like
the knight.
this.
He's trying to chop his way out, but he doesn't have time right now. Luckily, Chaemiko isn't committing.
Theoretically, it could do it with mass teleport. Now they're free. Oh, shout out to the woodchucks. And is that the final fight, Carson?
Oh my god, the amount of damage these knights do to breakers is insane. Yeah, neither player can commit in for the because there's militia always. 4 breakers cut out of position, but of course no way to catch them. That is the advantage they have. Okay, so HawK there gets 1 knight kill, or 1 breaker kill rather, and I think loses a priest. I think both lost a priest, and a HawK only lost that. Okay, so Chaemiko 86 supply, still with, what is this, about 13 peasants left around there?
Well, we got a tool for that.
Even more, 17?
HawK with 6 peasants. Yeah, 17 indeed for Chaemiko. 17 breakers, 17 workers.
Okay, so let's do a little math. So he's actually at 69 supply.
Nice.
So the question is 12 supply a big enough advantage to tip the scales? Because there's 3 knights, but a 12 supply disadvantage. I wonder if they actually fight directly.
There's not a single priest anymore for HawK.
Yeah.
So
Level 2 Pally, though.
True.
This game, man.
Like, Carson, I don't know what it is. Whenever we cast, there's just magic.
Something about it, man.
Yeah, there's something about it.
All right. Again, one small mistake. You forget that the Stormbolt's off cooldown. You don't bolt the Mountain King before trying to mass TP. You cannot get the mass TP off. The game is over. That is particularly HawK's case. Here, the Breaker mass TP. He tried to focus it down. Everything's focusing on HawK's Mountain King right now. Holy Light, Divine Shield.
Chaemiko!
Archmage, focus! Potion of Invulnerability. He had 2 of them, Neo.
No way, Mountain King is safe. Archmage for HawK might get surrounded here too, though. There is mass tally, but Cyclone prevents it, and the surround is still stuck. Oh my god, this game is just nuts. The Paladin is doing everything he possibly can to keep this old man on his horse. Level 3 on the Pally also. HawK still has these knights. Pally in a world of trouble. He's not getting out, is he? No staff available apparently. Pally down, Archmage down, and this Archmage is still surrounded. He's trying to mass tally. Mass TP! Oh no! The feedback damage killed him. And now it's a Mountain King level 6 for Chaemiko, ready to wipe the floor with what's left of HawK.
All right, the Mountain King for HawK has the big items. Knights around, that's massive for Chaemiko. Okay. By the way, where the hell did he get Wand of the Wind? Did he buy Wand of the Wind? He did, right? From the marketplace?
MK, be careful. Level 7 counter block. Dude, he was about to be surrounded. He would probably be able to fight out. One of the wind again. Oh my god.
Surround? The MK surrounded has cloak though. Stormbolt doesn't go off.
Pally is a dieback.
Are you kidding? Wards. There's wards at the shop, but he can't get there surround.
HawK is losing that MK. Well, his own MK is doing nothing. Level 7.8. GG by HawK. Overtime, baby.
Dude, what an ending.
What a game. What a phenomenal game. 33
I think
minutes.
he bought the Wand of the Wind. I think he bought it.
I think
from the
so
marketplace.
too.
Unless it wasn't crept the whole game. I don't remember anyone creeping it, to be honest. But that was a game-winning item. He won the game because that wanted to win.
Because he saw that there's not enough priests anymore.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Absolutely insane. Dude, after the first 5 minutes, I thought this is so over. HawK taking the big risk with the expansion upper left. Got back into the game and then just craziness for like 15 minutes straight.
Outrageous, dude. I mean, either player, like, it was pure chaos. Those last 90 seconds were just ridiculous chaos. Could have gone either way. And again, it comes down to not even a mistake, but just a really nice play from Chaemiko with the Wand of the Wind. Cancels one mass teleport canceled. GG. That's all it takes. That game is... It was like that for like maybe 12 minutes at the end.
Whew. Completely crazy. We got more support from you guys. Thank you, Gabiru Sama, 23-month, Hinterreudig, Minimum CJ, Sparks, Dale, and Jay Salarex. Thank you for the subs. I asked these guys for a break because I could definitely need one, but they said, I don't care. Go, go, go. Is the ping equalizer ready? Yes. Good luck, good luck. What a series. Human Mirror. I've been rarely disappointed by human mirrors recently, and this no exception. It's so sad. Whoever is losing this is out.
Yeah, I mean, I just never understood how people can say this matchup isn't exciting. I mean, these games happen all the time.
Yeah.
These super epic late game mass TP games. They happen. I mean, they'll happen like every 5 series at least. Like it's such a great matchup. All right.
Okay, let's calm down. Let's reset a little bit. This is gonna be tough to top, but man, these guys, they give it all, and so do we. The decider who faces Sock for the round of 8. It's either Chaemiko or HawK. Deciding map is Autumn Leaves.
All right. We'll see if they can give us another epic game, or if we have yet to see one of those human mirrors that just, one player runs across the map and loses 12 peasants and then GG's out in 5 minutes. We have yet to see that, but, that's definitely going to happen at least once today. Hopefully, for these guys' sake, it doesn't happen to either of them in this series.
So this could once again be the same we've seen before, or is there a variety? Is there a second threat? Is there a fast expansion possible? Is someone throwing a curveball?
Yeah, that would be a weird time to do so, but it would really show their character if they were to do something crazy right now. You just imagine, also in that super late game stage, if one player maybe had a panda or something, just how much different it could be when you are in those like super stalematey situations. But all right, I'm gonna need to go back and check that replay later to see where that Wand of the Wind came from. If that marketplace was still open and he crept that and got the Wand of the Wind, my God. Or it'd be even sicker though if he saved it. Was it 400 gold if he did buy it?
Yeah, that's super expensive. But if he has a lucky drop after finding 2 crystal balls in the early and mid game, kind of evens out. It's kind of fair.
Yeah, but I guess it's not too crazy the marketplace wasn't crept because they did fight for about 15 minutes straight. So True. It feels weird that in a 32-minute game that was the last camp available, but it's definitely possible.
Starbucks said it wasn't crept, and it makes sense because they were fighting over the merchant for the heal scrolls and into that choke. And if Starbucks says the marketplace wasn't crept, then I believe this guy.
Yeah, I didn't remember anyone creeping it, but it's such a high value camp a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But all right, Autumn Leaves, shop being crept first. Circlets tend to be purchased here. We'll see if that's what the players choose to do. I'm interested to see what the level 3 creep routes will be. Green into Expo, probably, but there is some variety that can happen here.
Okay, so far, almost mirrored. Chaemiko double circlet, not bad. But yeah, both level 2, this seems to be the norm.
Oh, Footman. Nice little block there. Good start for Chaemiko. Footman took a little bit too much damage, and that just comes down to the multitasking slipping a tiny bit for HawK, and that's 1 Footman advantage for Chaemiko.
And that's, of course, creep speed. That's supposed to be a faster level 3, because the Archmage min-max damage is not that big of a difference. Are they expanding or not? There's a 4th farm by HawK. There's militia coming.
All right.
Let's go.
I was wondering about this and when HawK was going to do it, if he was going to do it at all. And Chaemiko, no 4th farm does tech. Okay, I was going to say he's only called 4 militia, so he's just going for level 3 himself. And And HawK could do the same. Just because he invested 20 extra lumber in a farm doesn't mean he couldn't cancel these plans if he sees Chaemiko's being super aggressive. But for now, this has to be an expansion attempt at least.
Yeah.
Oh, he sends him back.
Okay. Both tech.
All right. Yeah, maybe HawK gets a little bit scared. If Chaemiko would have expanded, maybe HawK would have been comfortable playing 2-base, but he's not maybe super comfortable playing against the super aggro Chaemiko.
Now they're fighting over the merchant. Of course, whoever gets the Shadow Priest has a huge advantage. HawK about to lose the second footman here. Really not that great. Chaemiko, oh, so close, 7 HP. Nice save for the Korean, and also nice save by HawK. This is what it's about, man. This is what decides games, 10 HP. Pure micro here for both players. The items are great for both players, slightly better for Chaemiko, but honestly, they both have good enough items at this stage. Health advantage yet again for Chaemiko, just like last game, and also he had the greater heal last game, but this game he won't even need it. HawK maybe being a little overzealous here. The Archmage gonna be below 100 HP after this. Oh no, Cloak gonna help him out. Nice. I remember a time when Cloaks was just an insta-sell, and now they save games and early games. Tech is pretty even. Lumber mill this time by Chaemiko. No early blacksmith, no early lumber mill by HawK. Oh, but this is the Shadow Priest for the rush in, and off we go. Archmage in a little bit of trouble, but this Shadow Priest not really allowed to fall. Aye, that was expensive.
Yeah, 1 water elemental for 1 priest. That was the only water elemental, but now, what, 2 footmen could potentially go down as well. Boots are now purchased for Chaemiko, who somehow managed to find the time to go grab them from HawK's shop earlier. Or no, he grabbed them from his own shop. He's going to find 2 footmen because of them, and the priest because of them.
Damn, already paying off. Boots are made for slaying. Oh, nicely plugging that hole for a second to reposition the footies, making it harder for HawK to get kills.
Water elemental making it in though. 1 peasant gonna fall, 1 footman gonna fall. All 3 of these footmen could potentially fall. If only HawK's Archmage was a little bit healthier, he could commit, but he cannot. And Mountain King's on the way out, or Mountain King on the way out. HawK's tech, of course, a little tiny bit behind, but now his MK's on the way.
Whew. Okay, footman continuously tracking that Archmage. I like that. These footmen are also hurt. A 20 HP footman killing a 15 HP footman. Double Sanctum again. HawK has all the lumber in the world. Not going for his Sanctums yet.
And HawK could cancel that Sanctum with a single water elemental right now. If only he noticed!
Oh! Look around, HawK!
He had so much time! Oh, unfortunate. It wouldn't give him a huge advantage. I mean, maybe Chaemiko didn't notice and he didn't cancel it. That was a possibility, but yeah. Oh well. Oh well. I can dream. Cloak value.
Cloak value is seriously great this map. That is a big Sanctum lead for Chaemiko though. HawK was a little late with that.
Yeah, that's you know, the 4th farm doesn't take too much time, but of course it's 1 peasant that also has to take the time to build it when he's not mining lumber, so translates to about 10 seconds, which makes the difference of having a depth or not, makes the difference of having an extra priest or not.
Chuddy checked the replay, by the way. He crept the marketplace at 27 minutes.
Alright,
casual timing. Oh, Stormbolt. Oh, Surround is not closed. But there's another Stormbolt if he wants to. Stressful.
This is good for Chaemiko, though. He's creeping the MK at the same time. He can call the militia soon and go for the expansion at the same time. And all the while, Archmage is not allowing HawK to heal up.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Zoning this really, really well. Good map control for Chaemiko. He was so close of being eliminated and now in a little bit of a leading position. Not with the one great move, but with many, many small ones. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, he's going to be able to pull ahead, Chaemiko, in probably a full Mountain King level. HawK is now going to solo creep his MK, but he's behind by about a camp and a half, possibly, on the MK. Maybe items can make the difference. Chaemiko's also going to be ahead in the expansion by about 20 seconds, so a few things going his way. 2 supply advantage currently. Blacksmith is already done, though. Well, soon going to be done, at least for HawK. It seems to be his preference. Later expansion, earlier upgrades.
Yeah, is that the right call? We'll see about that. Big consumable going Chaemiko's way. Went of mana stealing in the Mountain King battle, not the ultra worst. But HawK is getting the bigger camp in the middle, and I think that should be the more contested one.
Yeah, he might be able to get both of these, actually, depending on where Chaemiko goes next. I thought Chaemiko was going to go straight to HawK's base, but he actually goes back. Is he going to creep a red? No, he's just playing defensive. He's worried about a counterattack, which is going to allow HawK to take both middle camps.
That's pretty sick. Also, Robo the Magi, not too bad. There is an experience in the bottom right. Is that enough for 3? Should be.
Just barely.
Yeah, it is. Maybe it's not shared between Archmage and Mountain King, but both camps in the middle in a mirror match. Ew, yikes.
Yeah, I'm wondering why Chaemiko did that sort of movement. He was, of course, worried about his expansion. That's why he did that.
Yeah.
But he could have counterattacked, and then he would have almost guaranteed that. Either, they trade TPs, or he just gets the advantage. But at least he can get heal scrolls based on his positioning, or potion of vulnerability. Good as well. And Blacksmith on the way, but HawK already going to have +1 advantage.
And he's pushing now. He's still an 8 supply down. Heal scroll he got. Oh, holla! Priest for free.
2 footmen almost for free as well, though. Or at least 1. Okay. Not quite the same as a priest, but experience nevertheless. And both players not looking to get into a 12-minute fight just yet, but soon, I bet.
Definition of a slobber knocker this series. I feel the rat spots here are always super weird, because if you want to creep this granite golem with breakers and footmen, it's going to take like 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's tough for sure. But very doable very soon. Chaemiko definitely could do it now if he wanted, with 57 supply already. HawK would struggle a bit. Second water elemental would maybe be enough, at least, to get these Frost Wolves down. But here's the beginning of what I imagine to be a very long fight over this camp.
Ah, let's dance again. He wanted to split 2 footmen away to harass the economy a little bit, just like Chaemiko did in the game prior. But if you exchange footmen versus priests, it's usually a good trade for you. Heroes super even, except that HawK has a massive lead on the Archmage, and that bites Chaemiko because mana regen is a lot better for him. Plus the heal scroll, I think Chaemiko can't really fight this.
1 footman in the peasant line of Chaemiko. He's going to send a water elemental and a breaker back. And they continue fighting over this red camp. It's going to be a situation where neither player gets it, but both players don't want to give it up. So this is the positioning we will stay in. HawK going to continue to pull that. Over time, if he just pulls those Frost Wolves like 100 times, he'll kill them eventually. Oh, he might get 1 here.
Okay.
Stormbolt.
Could be stolen. Exactly, that's what he does. That's one more kill for level 4.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, huge upgrade, of course. A necessary upgrade for Chaemiko's Archmage. And Stormbolt goes on the Mountain King. Gonna give up that level 4.
Odd. Yeah, HawK has to give up this position. This was a massive win for Chaemiko. Not allowing HawK anything, getting level 4 himself. Expos are both safe.
Footmen. I'm surprised the remaining footmen for Chaemiko haven't gone across the map and tried to at least force militia to be called, because we know how the lumber issues can affect the breaker production, like we saw in Northern Isles.
Oh, breaker. Yeah, breaker. Priest killed on both sides. Chaemiko about to lose this water elemental as well. 4-5. The heal scroll for Chaemiko finally acquired. Mountain King is tanky. Footman harassing here as well, but quick response by HawK with a Footman park there. Both players are playing really, really smart and very high level.
Supply as close as it's been in this series, I believe. They're but a breaker apart and pretty much even gold. Items, though. Heal scroll, push, and vulnerability for HawK. Same for Chaemiko. So it's really going to come down to positioning, I would say, even more than micro. Yeah. It's all about positioning in the breaker mirror. So we'll see who gets the better of that.
Isn't positioning a part of micro as well, to a degree?
True. Maybe.
Well, that Archmage might be out of position soon if he gets caught again. Mana looking pretty even with the small advantage to HawK. Okay, here we go. Is it closed? There's no staff. There's no cloak. There's just an invul. This time he's going for it. HawK has no invul, but oh, there we go. He just used it. So he's finally taking care of that breaker. Wonky position. Stormbolt again. Oh, Chaemiko. Heal scroll saves him. And he's finally getting to the safety. Whoo.
Wow. Yeah, just barely making it out of there. I do wonder if HawK had only been a little bit better in the chaos, he could have picked off a bunch of those outer position priests while Chaemiko struggled to save his MK, but he's got to be thinking about the MK even more now. Down portal passed and used. Chaemiko says, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'm not screwing around with this any longer, but he TPs to his expansion very, very close by.
Level 4. Yeah, I think he has to, otherwise all the workers are falling. I don't know how these guys are not panicking. My heart rate is through the roof already. But this position seems to be pretty solid. So he can't cover.
At HawK's expansion, all dying to foot. He lost like 8 peasants at his expansion.
Oh my god. The hero footman, he reacted to this so well, but only once. And Chaemiko came in waves. The spare footman, huge lead in the gold department.
But Chaemiko backed into a corner. Arcane Tower needs to focus. Still a Hellstone on the side of HawK. Chaemiko gonna struggle to heal up. The Mountain King ran all the way to the green camp. That was a little bit of a miss micro from Chaemiko, but he wants to keep that MK alive. The Footman fighting with another Footman at the expansion. So HawK is fully mining yet again, but Chaemiko's running out of health over here.
Okay, how long can he stay in this? 5 and 4 for HawK. Level 3 Brilliance Aura this time for him as well. So more and more and more bolts. Everything's so hurt for HawK, but there's no chance for Chaemiko to get into the backline. He's stuck at his own base.
68 versus 71. At this point, you might want to call every single militia you have, including gold from the main base. That might help, but okay, no, enough breakers have dropped low that he's able to fight his way out. That was sketchy for a second for Chaemiko. Back into a corner, no health, no TP, but he manages to fight his way out, and HawK backs away. 68 versus 72, and the Footman, 19 HP that protected the peasants with his life at the expansion of HawK, and he continues to mine and shop control now.
Medals of Honor, exactly. I like that he fell back for that heal scroll. Absolutely needs it, so all his army is healthy again. Chaemiko, if he leaves that position, I think his expo is gonna get cracked. No tier 3 this time. We stay on tier 2. Upgrades, 1-1 for HawK, 2-1 for Chaemiko with a 2-2 queued.
And HawK probably not going to make the same mistake as last game with the going tier 3. Probably just going to try to get up to 80 supply as early as he can. Trying to sneak the red camp. He might just barely have enough time. He has the luxury of a town portal. The question is, does he want to lose maybe a breaker and a priest to commit for this? Seems like he does.
It takes so long. Okay, Hood of Cunning, not the reward he wanted. Picks it up now. Mountain King barely notices that Stormbolt. But he's taking the fight, isn't he?
Yeah, messy positioning. When your opponent can attack with all the breakers onto one of your breakers at the same time, that's when you need to get out, and that's when the town portal is pulled. At the end of the day, not much was lost there. It looks like, what, 1 breaker and 1 priest on the side of HawK went down, and that's a 12 supply advantage now for Chaemiko.
Dude, this game is so even. The total value is in the 100 gold digits. After 17 minutes 40. Yeah, I don't know where this is going. Chaemiko has an idea. It goes tier 3 now.
Yeah, their expansions are actually the same gold right now.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. So sick.
The main bases are more often the expansions.
How close can the game be? Chaemiko and HawK, yes.
Oh, Zeppelin. That's actually something I forgot about on Northern Isles. Could have been the difference maker on Northern Isles, but could certainly be the difference maker here in Autumn Leaves. Gonna be able to save those heroes, of course. Not a lot of anti-air, especially when you retrain to Blizzard again.
Ooh, did he? Oh, yes, he did. Well, it can only affect the priests and, of course, militia in that regard. No knights this time. Yeah, it feels like HawK didn't anticipate this Zeppelin, but oh, wow, that Blizzard on the militia! Bye-bye, Labor Force.
value. And forcing Storm Bolts on the Archmage is not great because you can't do follow-up damage like you can on the Mountain King or the Priest, so that's quite nice. Blizzard now for hero focus. Doing not bad, actually.
Of course, that's what you use it for. Forever. With 2 heal scrolls by HawK, though.
Zeppelin getting so much value. There's no way that MK dies with Chaemiko's micro behind it. And not really landing with the Blizzard currently, but I think it's done its thing already. A lot of breakers dropping low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 breakers low currently for HawK. For Chaemiko, a couple. The priests come in from the back, but messy fight.
Yeah, totally. HawK had both heal scrolls on one hero. Would love to use one now. And now he finally can. The value is really good. We're fighting once again with the back at the shop. That's the heal scroll. Also repositioning against the upcoming Blizzard. Such a close fight. Chaemiko has 1,300 gold waiting for that tier 3.
A lot of low breakers. The Zeppelin can also be used to shuffle low breakers to the back. Mount King dropped aggressively, and he's gonna kill the Archmage. Unbelievable play from Chaemiko. HawK had no idea what just hit him.
What a doom drop! All of a sudden, he definitely did not expect that. That Zeppelin might just be the savior. Chaemiko, he transitioned into tier 3 smoothly. 1,700 gold to use now. Build that second Rex. Give me that Pally. Get me that those upgrades. Give me all the staffs. This is Chaemiko's game now.
What a sick maniac. My god. Oh yeah, the expansions are off by 100 gold. Dang nabbit. Well, whatever. It's early. Yeah, what a sick play. Unbelievable. Just drops the MK in his face. Who would expect that? Who would expect it? My MK is like 200 HP. I'm just going to drop it next to the Archmage. Point blank Stormbolt you. GG, so possibly.
Look at Qbert, by the way, just complaining the entire day. Oh, I'm so hungover. I can't do coaching for GNL today. I'm so hungover. And here he is correcting us. Anyway, HawK, Archmage in trouble now. He wants to go for the counter aggression, but yeah, I guess he just wants to cover for his own tier 3. But the focus fire is so heavy! Staff! The value of tier 3 already paying off.
Yeah, I also like the Chaemiko's differently from HawK last game, getting 2 barracks for the Knights. I think that's something HawK could have done on Northern Isles. Yeah. And then, of course, just getting 2 Knights initially as opposed to 1, even if you don't get more than 2, is a big deal. But HawK is trying to deal with that currently. HawK down by 8 supply and a tech currently, but the castle is almost done for HawK. No lumber, though.
Can he prevent that second Rex? It would buy him a lot of time. Something is moving up north again. I don't want to leave this fight. Ah, there I can. A knight. That is very hard to deal with.
This guy about to kill his own altar?
Dude,
he was thinking about it.
These humans.
Oh, he's TPing out. He's TPing to his expansion. Good for positioning, and he can just get that MK out. No harm, no foul, and HawK just gonna TP himself. Of course, HawK just trying to buy time to equalize the tech.
Yeah. Crazy game. 22 minutes. The main bases are empty. Again. We're on tier 3 again. Well, for the first time, actually. We're getting into Mass Tally territory again, though.
Yeah, epic series here. 22 minutes and 22 seconds as Chaemiko goes across the map. And HawK trying to catch up with the tech. He's got enough lumber to get 1 Knight soon, and that's going to round out his 80 supply army with that Paladin on the way. He got his staff, but Chaemiko has 2 Knights already.
Yeah, and he's pulling all the boys. The entire main base economy is empty. He wants to end this now.
Militia could be the difference maker, though, but that's what Blizzard is for, I suppose. But, of course, not going to land perfectly at first, but eventually it will be able to kill all those peasants. Mountain King out of position. Is he going to try locking us around? No, just going to be happy with the damage to put in. Paladin, again, is just dead. As always, Zeppelin, no, the priest deal was not enough, and Paladin's not getting a lot of value in this series, but Blizzard is right now.
Okay, level 5 of the Mountain King, throwing that bolt immediately. What a messy fight. It's so cold. I hope these guys got coats. Breakers certainly do. And in the meantime, the peasants and the water elemental are attacking the town hall, dude. I have no idea what's happening, but it looks like Chaemiko, thanks to that Zeppelin, is getting the better end of the stick. Mountain King in trouble again as an invalid in the health zone, but needs to retreat, opening up the way for the push towards the expo.
Literally killing only his own peasants with that blizzard, but that's A-okay. The damage now comes on the Archmage. And the Zeppelin has to save this knight if possible. No staff will do that. Mass teleport online, maybe even Aura level 3 at this stage. No, he does skill Mass TP, but he might be able to close out the game before even using that ultimate. Mountain King buried to the back, but the breaker numbers are oh so low. 59 versus 81 currently.
Mountain King from downtown, step out last second HawK against the ropes. It's just one kill after the next, and now he's out of bounds, and Chaemiko advances into the round of 12. Crazy good performance by HawK, though. I did not expect this game to be so close. This series went over an hour for sure, and not the way I expected it. An amazing human mirror going into Chaemiko's favor in the end.
Really, really good series. What, an hour and a half best of 3 from those two, nearly. That was, yeah, applause. I mean, that was the best series we've had so far in this tournament, and people hate on Human Mirror. I'll say it again. I'll be saying it all day. Human Mirror is a great matchup.
It was definitely the best series of the oh, look who's there. I hear a familiar voice.
I feel bad that I missed this human mirror.
Jesus, I feel bad that I have to hear your voice.
What the hell happened, dude? 1.5 hours, crazy back and forth. Gotta be honest, when HawK was, seated in the bracket, I felt like he was gonna have a very tough time. I felt like he was gonna get outclassed hard here, but great showing by HawK. Super close. Not quite enough in the end, though. But what a series. Human Mirror, always my favorite matchup. Always has been.
Yeah? Is that so? Shall you lie on the day of the Lord, Mr. Demo Man?
You guys could check the tapes on me. I've always said Human Mirror and Night Elf Mirror is a great matchup. I've always said it. You can check me. You can quote me.
All right, listen. If tier 3 is involved, I love it.
Okay.
One base. Kind of lame, though.
That is indeed what you've been saying for the past 6 years or so, and it's becoming more and more common. Let's stop with that human mirror hate, everybody. Those days are over. Feels really sad for HawK that he's out, but we get one more human mirror now. If you got the taste of this matchup, we got one more for you. HawK versus Chaemiko, the top human mirror in the world, probably. Definitely the top human mirror in Korea, but we certainly need a break. And Mr. Remo Demo, could you tell the people out there your favorite feature of War3Champions, the platform that we're celebrating here?
So many amazing features, hard to choose from, right? They got their own custom, what's it called? A hotkey system. They got their own special map rotation. They even got a Legion TD ladder. They got all kinds of ladder. My favorite feature, I think it's one of the newest ones. The Flow TV feature has also been recently added. Also possible here with a delay in our tournament. You can nowadays watch games from ladder of your favorite players through Flow TV. Just like the good old Walk TV days. It's been part of the W3Champions system for like a couple months now. And yeah, another great addition.
Yeah, it's like Dota or Counter-Strike or something. It's kind of cool. You can like watch all the majors like first person, which is not a luxury we had for a while at least. It's kind of cool.
That is enabled, of course. So if you think this Neo guy with his crappy camera control, screw him, I can do it better. Go ahead and do it. I don't care. You tune in to us anyway because of our awesome commentary. Now we take a little break to reset, and then we decide who follows Labyrinth, Soen, Happy, Kao, Colorful, and Focus into the round of 8 for next weekend. Bear with us and boost the prize pool. I still don't see a 2 over Remo's head, and I wonder why that is. $170 short. Come on, guys, do it! The 2K is calling. Be right back.